Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Professor Micah. I will be talking to you all about the full moon in Sagittarius that we have coming up on June 11th, 2025. We're doing this video a little bit differently today. My house is a mess because I'm in the midst of organizing it, and it looks like a tornado just kind of blew up in my house, and I have papers everywhere. So, to save me the embarrassment of that, you're just hearing my voice today. And we are going to be doing, this video in a little bit of a different format, but it'll still get you the cosmic knowledge that you need for this full moon that's coming up. So, when we have a full moon in Sagittarius, we see a couple different themes. We do see travel, we see themes of freedom and expansion. We can also see like beliefs and teaching, knowledge, all those kinds of themes coming up as well. And because this full moon is making a trine to both Saturn and Neptune in Aries, there's some sort of cutting off of old beliefs that are no longer serving us. Whenever Saturn and Neptune are together, they're definitely dissolving something. And when it's talking about Sagittarius at a Scorpio degree, no less, because 20 is going to be a Scorpio degree, we are looking at some sort of tearing down of things that just our belief systems that just do not match anymore. So it's a lot of disillusionment, especially with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, being ruled by Jupiter, can be very optimistic. By the way, the ruler of this moon is going to be Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer is Jupiter's exaltation. And so there's a lot of optimism here, especially like emotional optimism. Like I'm talking really feeling into the positivity and being very almost like very sure and getting very excited over something. But here's the thing, we have Jupiter and Mercury conjunct in Cancer, where we're getting all this emotional excitement and maybe even speaking up and like through your emotions or having like emotional conversations. But that's all going to be squaring Neptune and Saturn in Aries, and so it's almost like don't speak too quickly, um, because there is still a lot of room for change to happen. Another way that I could look at this square is that it's essentially Saturn is saying, okay, you're excited about these, dreams coming true, or, like trying to find somewhere where you feel emotionally secure, because that's definitely going to be Cancer. But have you actually put the work in? If not, then things are going to fall apart really quickly and it's going to get ugly. Something else I could see with that square to Mercury and Jupiter is we could see some emotional burnout, or like even like decision paralysis. um, I could see like some people feeling like, you almost like care too much, um, but you can't figure out like how to express that to certain people, or can't figure out how to deal with those emotions yourself. And sitting in possible disappointment can get really heavy anytime the moon is making any sort of aspect to Saturn. Things do get a bit heavy. And that's interesting when we're talking about such an optimistic sign, such as Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is definitely like vibes. It likes to be loud, it likes to be blunt, it likes to be honest. And so it's kind of like somebody, excuse my language, but shitting on your cupcake when you are trying to get some stuff done. Saturn, that's trine from Saturn to the moon, is essentially saying, yes, you're talking about all this stuff, you're excited and all of that, but it's almost like it brings in somebody, possibly a Sagittarius, and asking you, but have you actually done the work? Do you actually have structure? Do you actually have a plan? Have you thought about everything? That is definitely something that I could see happening during this full moon. We can see, like I said, foggy communication, some mixed messages, even some ghosting is something I could see with that square to Neptune and Saturn from Mercury. I could definitely see pregnancy, um, some pregnancy announcements with Jupiter conjunct Mercury and Cancer, but I'm wondering if we some people will have those conversations with either their partners, and not everybody knows how to handle that information. And so like some ghosting happens. Fingers crossed that's not how that shows up for anybody watching this video. But there can be a lot of like emotional overwhelm that I think comes with this, because everything is so big when we're talking about emotions with a full moon in Sagittarius. We can see also maybe a bit of cognitive dissonance between what your gut is saying and what reality is just kind of throwing at you, and you're having to shift plans. If it has to do with maybe moving, Cancer can be real estate, um, or just having to clear out certain emotional baggage that has to do with the past that maybe you didn't even realize was affecting you. And so this full moon can be very healing, but you have to be willing to face the music, so to speak, to get the most out of it. Let's see. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything else. Yeah, I think actually that is about it. Yeah, this is a very optimistic moon, but I do think, as long as you are prepared for some reality checks and some things to be let go of, whatever is going to, kind of crumble, um, I beg you to go ahead and just let it go. That square, like the Neptune Saturn conjunction squaring off with the ruler of Jupiter in Cancer, is clearing out stuff that is karmically not meant for you. And so while it might be a very emotional time where people are, just giving it to you straight, and it's kind of like a truth hurts thing. And maybe even people are being very loud and obnoxious during this time, because I could definitely see that as well. Um, let the things that are, trying to be dissolve, because I think you'll come out of the other end much better for it. Other than that, if you are watching this on divination, head over to my YouTube channel, Eden Eye Tarot. On June 11th, the horoscopes will be out with this video. This is the just kind of like the breakdown of the full moon in Sagittarius, but the actual horoscopes with this video will be out on my YouTube channel. That'll post in Discord on June 11th at the latest. And if you are watching this on my YouTube, stay tuned, and we will get into the horoscopes for this full moon.